You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. Hey loves, welcome back to the Central Genius channel. In this video, I am going to give y'all 5 movies that I bet y'all forgot. And this will be 5 romance movies that I bet you forgot. And I'm doing black romance in this video. But the first one on my list is Woo. Now, this movie is one of my favorite romance movies, one of my favorite romantic comedies with Jada Pinkett Smith and what his name? Why I be forgetting his name? I think his name is Tommy something. I can't remember his last name or whatever, but um it's hilarious. I'll put the cast on the screen or whatever, but it's a hilarious movie. It's basically this guy kind of wanting a change in his life, kind of wanting to find him a good woman and having issues with it. So he ends up he ends up getting matched with Woo, one of his friends that he I think either worked with or something like that, is dating this girl whose friend is Woo. And because the guy wants to spend time with his girlfriend, he is matching these two together so he can distract Woo and keep her busy while him and his girlfriend are having a night alone together. So he matches them together, and so the man he literally spends a lot of time trying to please her, trying to impress her, trying to please her, trying to secure her or whatever. And she's taking him through a lot. Like, he's jumping through hoops, he's doing so many different things or whatever. Like, he's basically following her all around the city, trying to kind of keep up with her because she's a lot. He's this laid back man or whatever, and she's like this outgoing, like this charismatic socialite that like knows everybody and everybody loves her, and like he's basically chasing her around the city. But it's one of my favorite movies. I love it. One of my favorite with Jada Pinkett in it as well. The next one on my list is Cover. Now, Cover is about these, I think gay, or they don't specify if they're gay or bisexual, men that are using women as their cover. So this man marries this woman and moves her. I can't remember where they ended up moving or whatever, but that it's where his friends are located or whatever. And so she is seeing like weird things happen or whatever, but at the same time she's kind of, I guess, naive to the situation. She don't know what's going on or whatever. He's spending a lot of time with his friends, and then the wife of one of his friends, um she is kind of like having a meltdown. She's having a meltdown because she's tired of being the man's beard or whatever. It kind of gets messy. The whole situation gets messy, and then the secret is exposed, and she finds out that she's also a beard. Um, he She ends up catching him sleep in the shower with, I think, Leon's character, if I'm not mistaken. And she is like disgusted by it, she's surprised by it, it really affects her. And the guy kind of tries to her husband tries to kind of convince her that she didn't see what she saw, and it's not what you think, and you didn't see what she saw, and she is just done with him. And I think she ends up calling his dad on him, if I'm not mistaken, either his dad or her dad, and he ends up like checking him or whatever for what he did. The wife of his friend ends up either trying to kill herself or killing herself because it was a lot. Like, she's been dealing with it for years, so it becomes a lot, and it stresses her out, and she's not able to deal anymore. So either she takes her own life or she tries to, something like that. But if you've seen it, you know what I'm saying or whatever. But I feel like it's one of those movies that I don't really see people talk about like that. Number 3 is Toi 2, Pandora's Box, which is my favorite movie of the Toi series, and it's pretty much about menage a trois, couples who bring other people into the bedroom to spice up their romantic life or whatever. And in this one in particular, there is this scheme going on between this man and the woman whose husband was murdered, and Dr. Dubois, if I'm not mistaken, one of her clients who ends up becoming one of her clients, but she doesn't realize that she's targeted on purpose to be this girl's client, because her husband and the man who killed the girl's husband are plotting to basically catch her in a cheating scandal so he can get her money. Her dad put aside money for her, and I think he put like an age limit on it. I can't remember if it was 25 or 30, something like that, and she's about to come into this big lump sum of money. So he gets together with one of his college friends, and they try to pull a scheme on her where he will try to have a romantic relationship with his wife, and he will sleep with her, and he will get it on camera so he can so her husband can divorce her, and they can have it on camera. But they're also so he can use it in court. But they also pulled the Tammy Racine into it, the girl whose husband was murdered by the guy who pursues the doctor. Who is played by Michael Jai White. I love everything with Michael Jai White and Monica Calhoun on it. So this movie is just my dream, and I love it so much. But they end up pulling this scheme on her or whatever. But she ends up finding out because Tammy Racine ends up telling about what's going on and kind of helping her out in a situation. So it ends with her pulling the wool over her husband and the guy's eyes and protecting herself and protecting her money. Number 4 is Carmen, a hip hopper, and this is the like hip hop musical with like Beyonce. It has Most Def on it. It has dang, I always forget his freaking name. I'll put it on the screen, but I always forget his freaking name whenever I need to think about it. But it's basically a drama between this girl who has dreams of being a singer and this guy who's a cop, who kind of is content with his life, and you know they're in love. He wants to make her happy, so he tries to find a compromise and allows her to go and follow her dream. And then she ends up entertaining this musician who she was always also friends with, and it ends up getting messy. Like, he gets jealous that she has a relationship with this dude. I think she tries to break up with him or something like that. I don't remember. And then this cop is harassing him. Harassing him. And I think eventually she ends up getting killed or something like that, when he tries to kill the guy that she's cheating on him with, or she left him for, or whatever. But I like it. Some people might feel like it's corny or whatever, but I like the movie. Yeah. I'm almost done though. But I like the movie. I don't feel like it's corny. I like it. I like stuff like that. And it's one of those movies that I actually like Beyonce in, because she's the main character. She's Carmen. And the last movie on my list is Why Do Fools Fall in Love with Lorenz Tate as the main character. Lorenz Tate as Frankie Lyman. Then you have Halle Berry, Vivica A. Fox, and the lady from Waiting to Exhale. I can't remember her name either. But it's basically about a movie of a musician. Frankie Lyman tells about his life and basically how he became famous and how he got addicted to being famous, and when things wasn't working out for him, he turned to drugs to get the same feeling that he got from being on the stage. But he ends up having a drug overdose because he's addicted really bad, and then he dies. And then you have these three women who are his wives, or he married all three of them, and so now they're trying to prove that they were married to him before he died so they can get the money that he has left over. And I don't even think it's a whole lot of money, but back then it was a lot of money. But it's Vivica, Holly Berry, and the other lady, I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but I'll put it on the screen and a picture of her so y'all can know who I'm talking about, fighting for what fighting for his what he leaves behind in death, and trying to prove that they were the real Frankie Lyman's wife. And they take it to court, and they go to court with each other, and I think they end up just getting close, like through their memories of him or whatever. And I think they make a deal to just split the money, whoever wins. But I think the woman who wins doesn't actually end up keeping her word or whatever. So at the end, they end up fighting again. But it's a pretty good movie that I feel like y'all should check out. But I thought that this video would be cool to do. Of course, it's number 2 in my 5 series. I want to keep this series going, and I want it to be something fun that I can do outside of my reviews and stuff like that. But thank y'all for watching this video. I hope that y'all liked it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about my list. Did you have any other movies to add to my list? And also, did you forget about these movies? Are these 5 movies that you forgot about, or are these movies that you like just like me? Because I feel like they don't be talked about that much, but they are movies that I really love. And also, I have 2 honorable mentions: Sprung and How to Be a Player. Sprung is also a romantic comedy with Tisha Campbell on it, like about these couples that are dating, and they're pretty much trying to use sex to kind of control each other, to try to, it's like a power struggle, and the women are trying to be the ones in power, and the men are trying to be the ones in power, and they're trying to use sex to do it. But it's hilarious, and if you've never seen it, I feel like you should check it out. How to Be a Player is with Bill Bellamy, and it pretty much is about this man who, he's in a relationship with this woman, but he's also playing her, and he is dealing with other women on the side, and his sister hates it because she got her heart broken by a guy just like him. So she tries to expose him and use it as a college paper, use what she's doing to him as a report that she's doing in school or whatever. And she has a friend who she brings along, and she uses her friend to like dangle in front of him to make him fall for her, and so they can pull the rug from underneath him or whatever. But he keeps outplaying her at every turn until the very end, and her friend ends up doing something to one up him and getting the footage that they needed for school for their project. So it's basically about this sister trying to teach her brother a lesson about being a player and about not protecting women's heart because she got her heart broken. But it's a funny movie, like I said, with what's his name, Bill Bellamy on it. I love Bill Bellamy, especially in movies. I think he's hilarious, and I think he's a dope actor. But um if y'all have any more to add to this list, let me know. Comment down in the comment section. But also let me know if you actually forgot about these movies, because I'm interested in knowing if there are other people out me who also like movies like this that are not really talked about that much. Again, thank you for watching this video. Um um Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about it. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Before you go, check out my website at srgrahamwrites.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.